Good
Hi.
morning. Good evening there.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
And I'm glad I sent a message on the messenger to you, Brian, and I'm so happy you actually accepted it and you've come in. Thank you. You're always very supporting for a cause. Thank you for joining.
Of
And we
course,
are,
of course. Teacher Paramji.
yeah, look at that. Oh, we all together in this. And thank you, Salvam, for joining also.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Of course, it's my
Hi.
pleasure. I was in the field, just I came back with the shower.
Oh, that's so good. So nice.
Yeah.
So nice. So, Charu, are you there or is it Amandeep who's there? Amandeep, I can see you. So I was thinking if I would like to share this presentation myself. Is it okay with you all? Instead of you doing it, I want to share it myself so that I can change the slides.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. And for that, I would like to do it once now, right away. Shall I go ahead?
हाँ जी मैम श्योर मैम
Because everything keep changes, the upgradation. So I have this thing, but I would like to share it quickly.
राइट मैम राइट
Can you see this? Of course, I'll go to the slide first.
यस मैम इट इज देयर
So, okay, thank you so much. So there I go. I made some amendments right now, so I thought I'll use this one only. That's the reason. Okay, then that's it. I'm coming back. Yes. Okay. Hi, Fur. I'm so happy to see that you have joined. I'm glad I did send all of you messages on the messenger and the joining link. And what a response. God bless. Why don't you say hello for you? Ah, the Seema is there. That's great. Just checking all those who have joined. And I just wanted to say hello to some of the people who I just sent half an hour back. So Joshua is also there. That's it. Why don't you speak something? You're one of our ambassadors, right? So we all can come on the camera and say hello. I know we still have plenty of time, but we can make the best use of this. We have nearly 13 minutes to start officially. Before that, we can definitely interact and discuss. Hi, good evening, Samarth.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening to all the members who have joined in. Always great to see you. And now it's becoming like a family meeting. I think almost whenever we meet, it becomes like a group family meeting. So great to see new members also who have joined in. And
Yes.
this idea is going to be very powerful.
Yes. It would be. Fingers crossed. With all these educators here, I'm sure wonders.
I must tell all the members also that since we launched last month, hello, Bryant, I see you. Bryant is waving hands, but anyway, so since last month that we joined, there's been tremendous interest from different stakeholders. We've had a couple of trainings as well. But even within the UN system, there's a great interest. You see some of the web stories that have come up, not only on the UNODC South Asia website, but also on the UN India webpage, which is very good because they pick it up. You also have the RiseUp4Peace information available on the global UNODC youth webpage. We have a new media partner who has joined in India, giving coverage to some of our stories. And a lot of senior officials within the UN system retweeting, sharing photos, and of course, writing to us, reaching us by email and calls, congratulating us on this effort. So a lot of expectations that brings in, and we hope that in the coming weeks, we can start with the activities where students are also involved. And I'm sure that will give us a lot of traction. And ultimately, that's the whole objective of this initiative, to have young people emerge as true catalysts of change. So looking forward to our collective efforts. And I just wanted to share that there's a lot of support from different UN, different entities within the UN space who are looking at this in a very interested way, besides the policymakers.
Okay. We'll be working and we'll come up to the expectations of all. This is a very strong team. So I'm just looking into people who have joined and who are new. I would love them to speak. I find Anne also. Anne, would you like to say something, please? So everybody is welcome actually to unmute and come on the camera. Or you need to speak. Four is from Indonesia, if I'm not wrong. Four, you need to speak, please. Okay, she must be waiting just to jump in at 6 sharp. Um, Sandra has not joined. I'll message her.
Of course, in India, we have a huge major festival coming in the next few days, the Festival of Colors, Holi. And I believe that some of the educators may also be a little caught up with that.
No, they'll,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's right. But they're going to join. It's
Of course.
another 6 minutes to go, and I think everybody would be there.
Yes, yes, yes.
Some of us just join on the dot.
Yes.
So I was in touch with Sandra. I was just trying to message her. She said she'll be there. She's the spotlight educator.
Yes.
Just checked with her. What was the status?
And in the meantime, please also, I would like to also congratulate the RiseUp4Peace, the people who are working behind the RiseUp4Peace as its bulwark right now. A lot of content coming out, a lot of outreach happening, and all because of the RiseUp4Peace team at Kamala Nehru Public School, Phagwara. So our deepest gratitude to the entire team.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, Charu, the principal academic, she was on CBSE observer's duty from morning. She had gone all the way traveling 2 hours. She's come back traveling 2 hours, and there she's there. And she's a great support for this, along with all our 10 other members. All of them have been working very hard, but we love to do it. So that's the good part.
Yes.
And Samarth, we have Bibas Thapa. He's from Nepal. Hi.
Hello,
The RiseUp4Peace advocate. We've started calling
Yes.
advocates now.
Advocate, right.
Made some amendments there. Bibas, why don't you talk out and tell us what you're doing? We have another 4 minutes, another minute or two to go. 4 minutes rather.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, ma'am, respected ma'am, because you had created such platform to connect us virtually. And it's me, Vivas Thapa, and I'm from Nepal and working as English lecturer. And we have connected, I think that I don't know, I have not counted or kept in the mind so far how many sessions I connect with Paramjit ma'am, right? She is also my role model, despite of having been the neighboring country also. I
Yes.
follow her and getting, and recently some of the connections I have been to the United States as a Fulbright teachers and working in the different sectors. And this was really new for me. And as soon as I get the link about the pitch, and I thought that I need to say yes, because whatever the assignment has been given by Paramjit so far, right, all have made me day by day viewers. And really, I feel proud that I'm doing well, and that's why I accept it and ready to learn as well as ready to share. Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Thapa. And at UNODC, we do have a office in Nepal as well, in Kathmandu. I would be very happy to also connect you to the UNODC office there. Very actively working, but great to have your support. And I must also share that that is Ms. Dillon's one great quality, that even if she gives us an assignment or a homework, that's one homework assignment we do with a smile. So,
oh my God. Oh my God. Today, you know what happened, Samarth? Charu was telling me you're the principal only of Kamala Nehru Public School, madam. I said, okay. That speaks it out. We had some conversation, and then she was saying, you're the only principal of our school, ma'am. I said, okay, fine. I know that. Thank you for reminding me. And we were having, we laughed a lot on this. That's how it goes. Hi, Ayappa. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Samarth sir. Good evening, Charu ma'am. Fine, ma'am.
Good.
Doing good.
So, Ayappa, you're one of the regional ambassadors, advocate. get some more schools into it, because peace is something which is very dear to our heart, and we should have as many people as possible. After this, I'm sure in April we'll have more. Once we start with the with activities, and there are many more than what we're going to discuss today. So that's how it is.
Actually,
I'm
I'm
sure-
talking to the local. Sorry.
Yes, but
I'm
yes.
talking to the local Sagodiyas, 2-3 Sagodiyas. So
Oh,
I'm just planning to rope in all the schools. So just we shared the players. So hope they are also joined for the next academic year.
Yeah, we have Ashish also. Ashish, we can say hello. Another co-leader, ambassador, advocate, as I keep saying, no, we're thinking. Let's
Hello,
have
ma'am. Hello,
advocates.
everybody. Hello,
Hi.
Dr. Mittal.
Yes, Sukhwinder, you want to say something? We're going to start in 1 minute. If you have a few seconds to speak out. Look into it. We need to mute. We need to mute the participants. Team, look into it. Yeah. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, how
Hello,
are
Sandra.
you?
Good.
Hello, nice to see everybody.
Your team is there. Your students are there.
Well, I'm going to give, I think I gave him the wrong link. I'm going to go to give him this right now. Hold on.
Please do that.
Here is the correct link.
Hi,
Paramjit ma'am,
Charu.
Farida from Pakistan.
Oh, that's good. Barrera, yeah, our advocate from Pakistan. Charu, I was thinking if I could share it, I made a few little amendments, please. If I could share it, the presentation. I think you had not joined when I was talking. Thank you so much. That's great. Barrera, we're very, very happy to have, and I'm so happy to see Krishna Mahipal. Oh, son, you've grown up.
Thank you.
You've grown up. Gurjit is there. Thank you.
Good evening,
Gurjot.
ma'am.
Hi, good evening, dear.
Good evening, sir. Good
Hello,
evening,
hello.
everybody.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
And Manjula, another advocate, is there, so that's good. So is my screen clear? Shall we start now? Because the time says it's 6:01.
Yes, visible.
Yeah, thank you. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to advocates of peace, the ambassadors of peace, the peace agents, the leaders in the classroom. Thank you so much for joining. And this is good evening from India, and good morning and good afternoon elsewhere in different parts of the world as such. Namaste. We are delighted to have all of you in team Rise Up for Peace. Thank you so much for joining. And Rise Up for Peace is an educational initiative empowering educators and inspiring young minds on SDG 16 and rule of law. This goes from January 2024 to December 2024. This is the fourth dialogue in the series of dialogues which are going to have till December. Along with me, we have Mr. Samarth Pathak, the most important moderator, and he's the communications officer and focal point youth UNODC regional office for South Asia. Over to you, Samarth, sir, please. You would like? Yes.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dillon, and a very warm welcome to all of you again to the fourth dialogue of this Rise Up for Peace initiative. This initiative cannot really, function without all of you, the active involvement. And we are all very pleased to see the kind of response that is coming in, the kind of interest that is coming in. A lot of you are reaching out actively with ideas and, expectations that we hope to keep with this initiative, and we all have to work collectively for this. Why? Because of three reasons. One is that there is tremendous interest, as I was just saying before we joined. There's tremendous interest coming in from different UN entities. Of course, there's a lot of interest from within UNODC itself, which is the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. But even at the country level, for example, in India, in Bangladesh, in Nepal, in South Asia, and at the headquarters in Austria, there's a lot of interest within different UNODC offices who are looking at this initiative, who are looking at all the work that we have been doing together. But also very high-level officials from within the government space, within the policy space, and even educational leaders. So there's a lot of eyeballs right now on us, and that's the momentum that we have been able to create, all thanks to you in just over a few weeks. So I think a big round of applause should go to each of us for our collective efforts. The second reason why Rise Up for Peace matters is because young people right now need a lot of support. Not that they are, we are patronizing or we are trying to, sort of, like patronize them in some way. But clearly, there's so much of things going on around uncertainties, anxieties, violence, all sorts of social risks that make our young people very vulnerable. And that is why we need education. We need educational leaders like all of you to sort of empower our young to promote a culture of peace, a culture of lawfulness or the rule of law and integrity. This is not something that we are sort of, thinking of as a standalone thing.
Excuse me, sir. I think you are muted.
Sorry. So the second reason why I was saying why this is important is because young people right now need a lot of support in the sense of the social risks that are going around. We see violence, we see climate risks, we see social risks, which makes our young people very vulnerable. And that is why we need to empower our young with education, with the support of educational leaders like you, to promote a culture of peace, lawfulness, and integrity. This is not something that is standalone or we are, imagining it in a sort of a silo, but all of this is actually integrated with your national level policies and plans and even at the global level. For example, in India, we have the national education policy, the national youth policy, the global sort of commitment to the sustainable development goals that are very, very closely aligned with all of these themes that we are looking at. Similarly, at the global level on SDG 16, there are a lot of commitments that member states have made around these issues, around issues of crime prevention, around rule of law, around integrity among young people. And I think this is a common thread that is going around the world in education. So this is something that is very closely aligned with country level policies as well, and that is why it matters. And the third reason why this matters is because this is the time. Our young people have to be equipped with the skills, with the knowledge. The world is rapidly changing with technology, with AI and different things. And so are the risks, the social risks that are rising. So this is the time when we empower our young to do something constructive for society, for social peace, for social betterment. And that's why this is, I call it a coalition of partners, a coalition of educators doing their work, promoting cross-learning with each other so that we are sharing our experiences. We are building a sort of a network of action and a community of learners. So this is why Rise Up for Peace matters and your support matters. So far, what we have done are dialogues and a lot of ideas exchanges, a lot of trainings as well. We have started with a training on SDGs and SDG 16, and every month we hope to do one specific training on a certain theme, based on which we can do our activities. But now we start with the actions, with the activities, which Ms. Dhillon would be sharing. And of course, this is just an indicative list. Every month, I think we should meet up just for an ideas exchange session on activities. And your ideas are welcome. Sometimes it shouldn't be top down. Sometimes, like, for example, in the previous session, I think Ms. Swati raised a very important point on having young people articulate ideas on what they want to do. in support of SDG 16. So it should be a sort of a discussion amongst each of us. So we hope to do more such dialogues on ideas, on activities. But very importantly, we should now start rolling out the actions and activities. For this, we have a few ideas that I'll share later in the session. But I hand over the mic back to Ms. Dhillon now. I'm looking forward to our collective efforts. Thank you. Ma'am, you're muted.
Ma'am, you're muted. Please unmute yourself.
In the meantime, let me tell you also, while Ms. Dhillon is looking at the mic, that there's a lot of interest from different UN entities already. A lot of our work is already being covered by different UN agencies through news reports, through social media outreach. And we also have a new media partner in place, especially in India. One of the largest media groups in India, Dainik Jagran's educational arm, is now connected with us. So we hope to have a lot of coverage around the work that we do.
I think it's okay now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go now, the slideshow. Yeah. So all students would be known as SDG 16 champions, and we'll have meetings where only the students are speaking. Yes, we'll go for that. And then whether they're educators, whether they're institutions, all of us are partners for peace. And then, of course, we'll be having country peace ambassadors, or we are calling them country peace advocates, because the ambassador's role is to advocate for peace, and so goes the global peace advocates. We are so happy to have our educator spotlight today, and she is Sandra Rizkallah, co-founder and executive director, Plugged In Band Program. Plugged In is a non-profit rock band program training ages 17 to 19 years throughout USA, Massachusetts, I hope I pronounce it correctly, about using music to create positive change in the world. Over to you, Sandra. You can unmute yourself and tell something about your band, and then your student can come over and he can do the talking. Please introduce him too.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sandra, and I'm so grateful, inspired, and excited to be part of RiseUp4Peace. So Plugged In is an organization I co-founded 21 years ago. But what I'm really here to speak about is Peace Tracks, which is a program that's part of Plugged In that I co-founded in 2021. And it's, I'll just read a little bit just so that I can explain it. It's a cross-cultural music-focused online youth exchange for middle and high school students. And we're working right now with youth in Palestine, Jordan, Morocco, and the United States. And we're funded by a US Department of State grant for 2 years. And basically we group the kids into bands. They work, and each band has students from every country. They work together with a teacher, and this is all virtual. And they come up with a theme about positive change for the world that's important to them. And they write a song and do a music video. And we have a live stream concert on YouTube where all the videos are screened and the kids can chat and support each other. And the reason why I felt inspired to create this program, and as Amro, our student, will explain, Peace Tracks is full of love and compassion. And I feel like youth are the future. And as Samarth, you were saying, that there is so much pain in the world and so much hardship. And I think the first thing is they're so sensitive, the kids, and we have to remind them that there's goodness and love in the world. And they're the hope for peace. And I feel that by giving them love and compassion and acknowledging who they are, and then providing a safe space for them to express love and compassion, not only for others, but for themselves, and then to empower them to share their voice, their compassion, and hopes for the future, and give them a tool. And in Peace Tracks, the tool is music. So I'm just going to introduce Amro, who is from Palestine. And Amro is in our fall session last year, and he was awesome. So take it away, Amro.
Thank you, Ms. Sandra. Hi, everyone. Like Ms. Sandra just said, I was a part of Peace Tracks, the fall band. Our song theme was actually about love, and I'm here to answer a couple of questions. And I wanted to talk mainly about how it feels living in Palestine, then reflect how it was shown in. Someone raised his hand. Should I? Okay. And I want to talk about how it feels living in Palestine and reflect how Peace Tracks kind of gave me a new perspective on how to look in it. Arab. So, living in Palestine has always felt normal. You know, you grow up, you're a kid, you always go through the same scenarios, through the same situations, you always hear the same stories, but then someday you just grow up, you get access to the world, and you just ask yourself, is this normal that I've been going through? We always just grew up hearing stories about war and hardships and panics and terrifying things. And actually living in this moment doesn't only affect our mental well-being, but affects our education, affects our family affairs, it affects our financial situations. And it's really hard just going through all of it, especially now during the month of Ramadan and what's happening with Gaza. I'm pretty sure a lot of you heard about it. I've talked to a lot of people who were just broke down talking about it because none of us can help. We're just praying and hoping it gets to them. But we don't really see any of the outcomes of our prayers. You know, you just look at them, you see the videos, you see the news, and you don't know what to do, what to feel, how you can even help them. In the future, I'm really hoping to actually achieve what SDG 16 is actually about: peace and love and compassion between each others. I've talked to a lot of families that who are like from the coastal areas where there's not a lot of conflict, let's say, and a lot of them are looking for the peace that we're also looking for. So I'd love if that is what we achieve, which is also what extended in Peace Tracks. Just like I said, our song was about love. So working from each other's, from people around the world, seeing each other's song, being in a concert for 1.5 hours, just like giving support to each other's was an amazing experience. So thank you for having me, everyone. That's it.
So I was wondering, would you like me to share the video that Amro worked on, or what is the
yes,
name of
please.
your Yes, and what was the name of your video again? I have them here and I just forgot. Yes.
My video was Yellowish Butterfly.
Oh, the butterflies. The butterflies? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, stars and butterflies. Here it is. Hold on one second.
I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Let me then unshare first.
Okay.
Stop sharing me.
Let me know when you're ready. And Amro, you did a wonderful job presenting. I just want to let you know.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Should I share now?
No, not yet.
Okay, take your time.
So who's going to tell me how to, because, okay, I'll have to minimize and then go and look at the top and see where unshare
I might
is.
be able to, let's see if I share what happens. Do you guys see this?
You share it. Let's see what happens then.
Okay, let me know if you can hear and see.
Yeah, yes.
Perfect.
The sun and the sea in perfect harmony. One day, the moon found its source, gravity, very defined. You told me I look pretty, I told you look blue. You told me I am wise, you told you are funny. Hours and everything looked more simple. You whispered in my ear that I stole something from you. Oh, maybe it's your heart. You told me I look yellow, I told you look pretty. You told me I'm in your heart, I told you I'm in mine. So, would you hold my hand? So would you hold my hand? That's where the stars fly together as a butterfly. And every small creature has got a secret. When we wake up silence, cause love has no secret.
Said I'm enchanting, I mentioned you blue. You praised my wisdom, my taste, you're funny too. Seconds went by and everything became pretty. In soft tones, you were very close and near. Perhaps it's your heart that I hold, my dear. You told me I look cute, thanks is all I said. You told me that I'm your mind, I told you I miss your hand. So, yeah, I'd love to hold it.
So would you hold my hand? That's where the stars fly together as a butterfly. And every small creature has got a secret. When we wake up silence, cause love has no secret. Just open your heart, open your heart, open your heart. Just open your heart.
Wow.
Puzzle faces our souls find their space. Love unwinding the dance, souls embrace. With rising gazes, clues delicately traced. Stolen glances, the home is really great. Never look up, it's so rare. Celestial journey, our love will always be there.
Oops.
Hey, are you here? I just want to say I miss your company. Hope you are doing well.
Oh,
That is
so good.
very sweet, very beautiful, Amro.
Amro, we're very, very thankful. We understand the pain and all that you went through, but see, music is the healer, as they rightly call. And Sandra was a real help for you to, have emotions being put into music and sharing it out. Thank you, Sandra, and thank you, Amro, for being part of this all-important session. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
So the IT department, I need to share all over again now, please.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. You need to share it again.
Yes.
Yes, it's all right. See, I'm learning by doing now. It's hands-on for me. Thank you. So thank you, Sandra. That was so good.
Thank you, and very, very much.
So now I believe the screen has hanged, and maybe I'll have to do it once again. Let me try it once more. So I have to come out and close it. I think though I've made some changes, all right. Oh, yes, there it goes. So, ladies and gentlemen, my beloved peace advocates and colleagues of RiseUp4Peace, we have just tried to make a newsletter. And let's see all, and in this, we have everything we have done so far till date. So here we go.
Ma'am, you need to share the audio from the top, please.
Okay. Charu, I think you take over and share the audio, please, before I do more experiments here. Are you doing it now, Amandeep or Charu? Yeah, thank you. Okay. So that was really nice, and thank you so much. I'm sure everybody might have liked this. So now we're going to share the activities. These are all structured activities. This is for K-12 students. It's bringing them in, and then we can go to different levels, and we'll have all student focused sessions, as rightly said by Samath also. So the first activity which we're going to have is artistic representation of peaceful coexistence, SDG 16. And in this, we expect the children to illustrate in any medium the way they wanted, any colors, cultural fair, inclusive classroom, multi-ethnic market, where peaceful coexistence can be depicted. And we'll be sharing a detailed, we'll be sharing a document which gives all details of all the activities. So no worries, we'll share the link of the document, the Word document. We would like everybody to put it in the Wakelet. So this is activity 2, SDG champions. Again, students' voice is very, very important. So we have this Flipgrid challenge, and we would like that the children tell about their own country, and they talk about, and it needs to be a 20-second video. We have given the Flipgrid link, and we have given some prompts also. Join me in promoting fairness and inclusivity for all, by after saying that which country, which class, which school, and some other prompts are be a peace builder, spread kindness and understanding. So quite a number of prompts have been given. All this is structured so that it becomes very, very easy for all the educators to look into it and get the students involved. The activity 3 is all about an online petition, which is to be signed by the students. So they'll know what a petition is, and then what they are demanding is that the curriculum need to be mapped with SDG 16 so that we can promote what SDGs 16 is all about. Yes, please. And moving on, it is activity 4, which is AR for equality. Somehow we feel children should be apprised about what AI is all about, and they can use AI and give the prompts to make a picture which is on Embark on AI for Equality Challenge. So it's human rights and equality. And again, they can use Adobe Express or Canva or Copilot, any of these AI tools they can use, and then they can give the prompts to get a picture, and that picture could be shared. All these need to be shared in Wakelet, and that's how we go. Activity 5 is SDG 16. It's a poetry jam where the children are expected to write a quatrain. A quatrain is a simple 4 lines poem, and we've given some topics here. See, you have the freedom. Always remember that RiseUp4Peace is our project, and each educator, each student owns it also. So we have plenty of elbow space. We can modify a little bit. We can change a little bit. So it's all right. So the subtopics which we have given, you can always have something more to it: being kind, fairness for all, helping each others, following the rules. I understand we as educators are pretty occupied in a day-to-day responsibilities in schools. So that's why these structured activities is just to helping to hold the hands. That's it. And as we move ahead, it is activity number 5. And activity number 5 is poetry jam. This is continued, where we once we write the poem, we can always record it we can speak it out on the Flipgrid, and then that's the second part of it. And that's continued. And again, Flipgrid, the link is given on which Flipgrid we are going to use it. And as we move to activity 7, after the poetry jam, it is building a better world together. SDG 16, this is Minecraft. Many of the students are very, very happy with the Minecraft. So again, we've given the theme. So technology comes in to build a world of their choice. And in that world, they're going to build being kind to each other. Some children really, really like it. So that's how we go. And as we move ahead, it is the newsletter cover design, which is the last part. And in this last part, it is SDGs and SDG 16. So just as we had a newsletter today, we're going to publish the work of the students in a newsletter. So the cover designing would also be by one of the students who's there. So ladies and gentlemen, the directions are given. We are definitely going to share all these as such in a Word document. And what is important is that in this, we are using number of tech tools. That is, we are using Flipgrid, we are using Adobe, we are using Copilot, we are using Wakelet, and we are using AI. So in case we need a particular school says and we're not aware how to use Wakelet, so the educator empowerment is there. And so we have so many regional ambassadors and country ambassadors, and the team KNPS is also there. We can always collaborate and train our fellow educators. Means empower our fellow educators is the right word perhaps. So please put it in the group, and there we are by your side holding hands, because together we are going to move far, and it's always that's always the policy going far. So what is the way forward? And so monthly dialogue series and a teacher spotlight. This time we had one. Maybe plan we'll have a MS form where you all can volunteer and let us know what work would you like to share during our monthly meeting, where we share the students' work which is already done. All right, in the form of a newsletter and an art gallery. And then youth focus interactive dialogue on SDG 16, that will be youth spotlight. That's where we think that all students can come in. And I'm sure Samarth is going to add more to this, and we'll have the podcast series. So there's one thing which goes every month, that's meeting like this, but there'll be other activities which will be student focused, and there'll be podcast series, and of course roundtables, which would be face-to-face as well as online, or a hybrid type of things. Let's see how we go ahead further. And as it's a collaborative journey, and we can move ahead. Yes, we move ahead, Charu, please. And it's call to action and spread the word. Registration is here. I've been sharing now. We have updated the number. Educators registered are 610. Student registered are 13,642. And schools and universities registered are 206. NGOs are 38. Right now, we have... Right now, it is, the teachers have said my class has 35 students. We're working on the plans that if we can have the details of, somehow a little more details by filling up a form or something. We're working on those. And as we move ahead, I'm sure we're going to change, because, change is the order. And I would now request Samarth Pathak to let us know some more activities which we can design, add on some special assemblies. Yes, over to you, Samarth, please, if you can add on something more.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Dillon, and I must congratulate Sandra and Amro for the wonderful work they did. And of course, the detailed newsletter, the presentation. I think this dialogue has already been about actions that we can undertake. So some of the activities that have been proposed are absolutely great, and the use of AI and tech in education is also integrated with SDG 16, which is wonderful. The other things that we were planning, and of course, this is not like the final thing that you have to do, or this is something that is to be followed. We are a coalition, so your ideas, apart from all of these, are welcome. The only focus is SDG 16 and the key themes that we have indicated in the concept note, which includes mental health, anti-corruption, cybercrime, gender-based violence and discrimination, among other things. So please feel free to share your ideas and how you can integrate, other ideas in this. We had a few, and this involves one very critical issue that we must not let go of, which is capacity building on these issues. It's not enough to only, sort of do something around this without knowing enough about the issue. So what we propose are also monthly trainings, like we did the last time, one session where we can get global experts to you, talking about, say, anti-corruption or cybercrime or one specific theme, based on which maybe activities could be conducted, or at least students and educators can get a overall picture of what is going on, what the issue is, and it also enhances capacities of students. The other thing we want to also do is maybe, or suggest, is actually doing monthly assemblies with students around these topics. So every month, we have clearly indicated in the concept note, every month there are around 10, 11 themes overall. So every month we pick up one theme. Every month you have one assembly dedicated to one concept in support of RiseUp4Peace or SDG 16. And all of that can be documented. It could involve a student's pledge, it could involve a special poem or whatever you do in an assembly, a special talk by maybe getting a local expert to talk about these issues. We can also, and we must also look at engaging students. And for this, we will of course share some of these details over an email or in the group. But one idea was that if all the schools, all of you could have maybe identify 10, 15 students who could be a part of such forums like this. We bring in only students together from different schools, talk to them about one particular theme, and then they become the champions in your school on those particular issues for the month. So suppose 15 students from, say, Miss Swati's school or Miss Ranjana's school, and all of us, they then start undertaking activities in their school because there's a lot of peer-to-peer influence, and we must also involve young people. You could also consider doing a special monthly dialogue where we, UNODC experts, and also other global experts that we can mobilize for you, can come in, engage with your students through interactive dialogues, giving them ideas, and also mentoring them. So it's not just one session and then we disappear. They are always welcome, and you're all welcome to connect with us. And if you have any ideas in mind, sometimes you or the students may want to do something, but you don't know how to go about it, or there is something that you have planned and you want to have additional ideas. We can help you there. We have that expertise. So the idea is that now we democratize and we decentralize, and you start doing things in your school at different levels. And anytime you want UNODC, KNPS, or other experts, any other experts there, we can get them for you. So you already have that knowledge support behind you. And whether it's to engage students, whether it's to empower other educators, we are always there. So I will be very happy to share some ideas on this with all of you. And if you want to connect separately, that's also good. But ideally, we should do this collectively. And every month, the idea is that your schools do something, some activities that are tangible, which can, and not just activities, I mean, also knowledge gaining, the capacity building exercises, which we can then showcase in the newsletters and the other forums. There will be a lot of content. All of us have done a lot of work in these areas, or the SDGs. I know RiseUp4SDGs was a huge, a huge success that we were also a part of. There is going to be a lot of content that is going to come. Now, one challenge is how do we effectively collate it and showcase it? One suggestion from our side is that if you and your students ideally could create a blog space, an online free blog space, which is going to be co-owned by the school. I mean, owned by the school. You could have the RiseUp4Peace branding there. You could have our logo or whatever. But there will be one link where your school students are actually showcasing their efforts. It could be a blog space, a basic blog, and you should send us the link of that. And then that link is promoted. You could name that blog something. For example, Cyber Tribe or Peace Champions, or generally, I mean, RiseUp4Peace Advocates or something. Just suggestions. But all of that work that your students do would be then it would be reflected by you on a common blog page. So instead of sending it all on, say a flip grade, which is very important, we should have everything on a flip as well. But then to showcase it, each of the schools would have one blog page that is common, RiseUp4Peace page, where you get to own that work. And we can then promote that link extensively. Suppose the other batches also join in later, next year, or the year after that, they could also then use the same blog space. So it would give you a lot of continuity. We have done this before and it has worked very well. But this is again a suggestion for all of you. So we will share more ideas. We look forward to your ideas, and please also engage your students in coming up with interesting initiatives. A very important thing in SDG 16 is social initiatives. I'll give you a few examples. We have had grade 7 students from some places in India who came to us saying that we want to do something around anti-corruption. Now, we told them that, okay, what is it that you could do? We were talking to them about advocacy and posters and all of that. They said, no, we want to actually, do something about anti-corruption. So we said, okay, come to us with an idea. Now, what they did was they actually came to us with a very good proposal and they initiated it. Grade 7, 8 students. They said that we will learn about the Right to Information Act, which is a policy in India. based on which any citizen can go to the government and get information that they desire. It's a law. So they learned the RTI, they learned it's a simple form that you have to fill up. And they went to the community teaching other people and the other young people about RTI, which is a very solid step against corruption. So these are the kind of initiatives. This is just an example, but some social initiatives, maybe young people could create community interventions or community networks where they are promoting SDG 16, or maybe a club against bullying in school, which is very important. So these are the different social interventions also that you could try and promote among your young people. And for all of this, again, we have expertise, we have experts who are very willing to engage with your school, with your students, through sessions throughout the year, which we can do as part of RiseUp4Peace. And lastly, I'm sorry I've taken a bit of time. We are also planning to engage policymakers, like we have said in the previous sessions as well, at the local level where you are, at the national level, at the central level, wherever we can get policymakers involved, that will be very helpful. And the idea is that all the RiseUp4Peace, Partners for Peace, or the partner institutions should become hubs, which are connecting other schools and other institutions as well. So one idea is that we are looking at doing roundtables, where one school could maybe host a roundtable, a basic meeting with other educators. You call in other educators from different schools, your colleagues, your counterparts in different institutions, and some local policymakers. And we have a dialogue around how SDG 16 can be mainstreamed in the classrooms. What are you doing? What are some ideas that you have? Policymakers could perhaps share what are they doing at the policy level. But it will be an important platform where policymakers can also be engaged. So this is something also that we are looking to do, especially in India right now, but maybe virtually we could do it in other countries as well. So this is an idea these are ideas that I just wanted to park with you. And we will, of course, share some notes on this and some ideas in a concrete way as well. And finally, this is absolutely the final part. Everything that we do at the school level, everything that we do under RiseUp4Peace must be documented somewhere, because we would like to showcase all of these efforts. We don't want to miss anything. So ideally, we could maybe at the school level, we could do Excel sheets. We can send you the tables that you could create. And throughout the year, till November or December, whatever activities you're planning, it's a very clean-cut Excel sheet. You just fill in the effort so that nothing is missed out. Or you send us the details and we can have one common shared Excel file, which will be very useful. Please do keep a record. Please do keep photos and links and whatever you have. But maybe, Ms. Dhillon, that would be a good idea. One common Excel sheet that people could, sort of upload on. So this is it from my side, but we will share some updates with you on this.
Thank you, Samath. I for you from Taiwan. For you, come on. We are meeting after maybe a year online. Come on. Please say something. I'm glad you joined back to the invite.
Also miss you guys, and so happy to join our RiseUp4Peace again. I miss you all, and so happy and so honored to be invited to SDGs. I always learn from you, global educators, and thanks, Miss Paramount always teach me a lot. And this year, I also guided my students to do SDG 16, and we already done. So this year, we will do much effort, and I will do as much as we can. I will guide my students to join diversity SDG 16 projects, and just wait and see. And we will so happy to share that, because Taiwan piece of for us is so important. And I also empathy that all global educators, such as the Palestine or just like Ukraine, all over the world, we all hope that the peace, and all pray for we have a love and peace all over the world. Thank you so much, and thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Dung. I don't know I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yes, she's joined from Vietnam.
Thank you.
We are good. Thank you for joining. I'm sure your students are going to be active participants too. You can speak out. You have muted yourself. Please unmute.
Yes, you called me, right?
Yes, we called you.
Yeah. I'm Dung Nguyen from Vietnam, and teacher Furzu is my mentor. Yeah.
Okay.
She guide me to uh, to learn how to cooperate with global educators and do some collaborations and connection with other students around the world. And we also do across the sky project together. And I'm still learning about how make our students more active in learning and connect with peers around the world and have more chance to open the window to the world and they can gain more knowledge from other teachers and students. Thank you for the opportunity to bring me here and learn from you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And we have one of our advocates, Zainab Gambo. Come on, please. Speak out, Zainab, and tell us about yourself and your students and how they're going to participate. See, this is all introduction which is going on. We've got 8 minutes to go, and we would like everybody to, a few seconds where everyone is there.
Okay, good. This is afternoon here in Nigeria. My name is Zainab Gambo, like it's written out there. So I'm an advocate of the SDGs, although this is my first time working with the 16. The one I was working with is the Education for All, and I've been transferred out of my place to Lagos State, Nigeria. So seeing the peculiarity in the different environments, I will have to advocate for a different thing because I noticed that the school enrollment for girl child here in Lagos is very high. So that was why I showed interest in participating and collaborating with a bigger platform that will bring us together, hopefully, so we can do some things together. So for now, I myself am new in Lagos State, so I will be advocating for my school, and together with my students, we're going to design a very big project for the SGG 16. So I look forward to greater collaboration, greater cultural exchange, and greater good things to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So anyone else would like to speak, please unmute yourself and say it all. Because we'll be sharing all the activities in the groups also.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, who's there? Good evening, son.
Ma'am, Krishan Maipal.
Oh, I said you've grown tall. I saw you sitting and you've really grown tall. So you're going to participate.
Can I say something?
Okay, quickly. Your voice is important.
लेकर चले हम पैगाम भाईचारे का, लेकर चले हम पैगाम भाईचारे का, ताकि व्यर्थ खून ना बहे किसी वतन के रखवाले का.
Oh, that's so good, Krishna. As usual, you're always great. Keep it up.
Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you. So participate in all the activities, all right? So Amandeep, you've raised your hand. Anything? Anybody else has raised their hand? Savita. Yes, Savita? Okay, I won't be calling out the names. If you can unmute yourself and speak out, that'll be good.
Ma'am, I wanted a little clarity on what are we do we plan to include in the round tables?
Over to Samarth.
Yes. So, Gujot ma'am, the idea is that we bring in one school, suppose your school, hosts a roundtable at the local level. You bring in about, ideally 80 to 100 educators that you may know from around the city that you are in or around the city as much as possible. We could have some policymakers at the local level who could come in. Most schools are connected with policymakers as well. We can try from UNODC, KNPS, and other experts. We can try and join in person. That will be our, first push. But in case we can't join in person, we would definitely be able to connect virtually. And the idea will be onefold. I mean, that's the key thing. How do we mainstream education on rule of law around SDG 16 in mainstream education? This will be a platform where we could showcase the great work that different schools have been doing in your city at the local level. Different educators could also have that chance, but you would be able to say that you are the hub. You are bringing in these different educators together. So it will be your interface with the policymakers. And the policymakers could also be sensitized around why this matters. You could have some students coming in, your students coming in, sharing their work, sharing their efforts. You could say the positive behavior changes that are guaranteed to happen under such with such activities. So the idea will be to sensitize policymakers, engage with them, and also other educators who don't know. So your expertise could also be shared with the other educators that you bring them. We've had this before, this format where one school becomes like the hub school. You bring in about 80, 100 other educators, from different levels from your city. Bring in some policymakers, maybe even some young people, some talented young people that you may know. And just a dialogue, exchanging ideas, fostering cross-learning around SDG 16 in the classroom. So we will be, of course, we'll be looking to come in person to your school. We could look at maybe co-hosting the program, but this will all be at the school level. So this is what we had in mind. Happy to explore this a little further.
Thank you, Samath. Rehana is there. Rehana, come on from Bangladesh. There she is.
I am here, but I am very sick today because I have continued our training from our government. For this reason, I am very busy with this event. But I am very much pleasure to hear. I want to know how we collaborate with students, with other educators, and what is the topic? Do you have any agenda?
Yeah. Rehana, I believe you joined a little late. I'll be sharing the document which will have everything with you. It's something similar which you've done earlier. They're structured activities, and apart from that, many more have been planned, which will be all for students only. Okay, I'll be sharing the document with you. All right?
You know, my students are very little, and our language is Bengali. For this reason, they are not able to speak English very well. For this reason, I have to struggle. So I have to know before that. Prepare themselves.
So Rehana, see, you're so good at IT skills. I know that. I'm very, very aware. You have your Microsoft expert, Adobe expert, ambassador. I know that I know all about your IT skills. So one is we're using the IT skills. Second is we'll be having plenty of art integration. So if they don't speak, they can paint and draw, and then we can always promote multilingualism, right? So if it is Flipgrid, you can have your children's voice recorded in Bengali. That's also a great idea.
Rahana ji, if I may come in also. So what we have done, we also have UNODC experts in Bangladesh. We have a proper office there in Dhaka. And maybe some of them could actually, if you're based in Dhaka, some of them could actually travel to your school and maybe do certain activities as well under RiseUp4Peace. We could perhaps look at joining virtually, but these UNODC experts would know Bengali because some of them are already from, of course, from Bangladesh. So there'll be a good cultural integration as well. We can sort of explore that as well with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So anybody else would see our 1 hour of official meeting is over, right? Now, if we have some, yeah, who's there? Please go ahead and speak.
I'm Sharanjit here, ma'am.
Oh, Sharanjit, all out of the blue, she messages me, ma'am, if RiseUp4Peace is there, I'm sure it's by you and all that stuff. And I am in Ratlam now in Madhya Pradesh, and I want to participate.
He was my principal in the year 1995-96, Army Public School.
Yes.
Fantastic.
That's a relationship we hold, and I was so happy when I got a message from her. I said, "What are you doing in Ratlam?" She said, "I got married and I've gone there." But thank you so much, darling, for remembering a principle.
I've been with you, ma'am, after a long time, ma'am. It's been years.
Yeah, obviously I left that in the year 2000, right? And
Yes,
see,
ma'am.
darling, 24 years have passed already when I left army school, and you remembered me. I owe so much to all of you. You keep us going. You keep us going.
But you are having the same energy. You are so dynamic. I mean, I love you for this, ma'am. You are my inspiration. In short, I will say.
Okay. So now we are all in for RiseUp4Peace. Your children should be participating. You said you're teaching 9th and 10th. We actually had a chat. So your children should be participating. It's very, very important, darling.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Yes,
Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Anybody else would like to say? Ranjana, last time you could not connect and you were out. I'm sure you would like to say something. Please go ahead. You were so worried last time.
I don't know. Again, Sami. Good evening, ma'am. This is Manjula from South India.
Yeah.
Which age people?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
So, which people can participate these activities?
But it's K-12. Even your kindergarten children want to say something, they're welcome. They want to draw something, they're welcome. See, the message is loud and clear. It is a whole school project. Okay? Yes. It's when we advocate something, then we'll be able to know something, then we'll be able to take action. So advocacy and awareness becomes the first step to action.
Yes.
So it's K-12. All right, to kindergarten, you go, the teacher tells them something about peace and whatever is the topic, they draw, they paint. Their lovely drawings in their own hand would be so good. And remember, we are going to publish a newsletter. Yes. And the children are so happy when they see their own paintings and drawings and their voices on the flip grid, they're happy.
Right. And Manjula ji, also, exactly K-12 is what we are looking at. So art and advocacy could happen, say, till grade 5. But beyond that, if you're holding sessions, and this is again something that I would push, that you could maybe hold sessions in your school with students and educators where we could join virtually. They could be hybrid. We can try and even come in person, but you could do, specific sessions on certain themes for secondary level students, so we could maybe come there, but maybe till grade 5, they could look at advocacy, awareness, making art, even one-line slogans or something like that. That will be very helpful. We also have a few cartoons and sort of animations that we would be very happy to share with you, especially for the younger students that you have. But at the higher levels, in the higher grades, say above grade 7, we can actually hold interactive sessions with them where they could learn about these issues and also then do something about it.
Okay. So I see Inderjeet also. Inderjeet, would you like to say something? I'm so happy to see you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. And ma'am, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude for empowering and educating us on AI tools and IT tools. And I have realized that through this, our students will understand the usage of technology for global cause. Like we have been telling them that, the technology, children should, not, like it can be used in such a positive manner. They can, voice their opinion at a global level through this, platform. So I really want to extend my heartfelt gratitude and for all the knowledge, for guiding us, and also the roadmap you have given through the activities, and we will be definitely participating, and hopefully the students will understand the noble cause of SDG 16. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Archana ji, would you like to say something, please?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm from Solapur. First time I attend this session, so I don't any idea about talk. Next time I will speak. I'm very glad to meet all of you. And today I'm listening very. This session is very nice. Huh?
Okay, so you are in Patil sir's team from you're from Pune side, and Mr. Patil invited you for this, right?
Oh yes, Patil, BB Patil sir.
That's what I'm thinking, Patil sir. He's also one of the advocates, and I don't find him anywhere around. I'm going to ask him, where were you, sir? So that's it. Thank you so much for representing your team, and thank you very much. Anybody else want to say something? Veronica, you were the first one to join. And please, we want to hear your voice. You are one of the great, advocate, action person who takes action. Please go ahead and speak, Veronica. Unmute yourself, dear.
Okay, thank you. Can you listen to me?
Yes, we can.
A few minutes ago, basic ideas of how other teachers to go about maybe training other educators and raising awareness and involving policymakers in this initiative. I have also, the document is divided into teachers advocacy and students advocacy. So I have just shared some ideas that I have brainstormed over the past week of how we can take actionable, easy steps in order to involve other teachers, educators, other members of the community. On my end here, I have been brainstorming. I had a brainstorming session last Sunday with a group of theater students, actually, and we are thinking of adapting a very famous poem that it actually is a local poem. It was written by someone from our region, from our town. His house is just a few blocks away from my place. And it's a poem that is taught in literature. And it talks about our gauchos. And it's perfect. It perfectly fits into the SDG 16 because it talks about how our country people didn't have access to justice and to fair institutions. So we are making an adaptation, and we are thinking of doing one theater play about that poem, including the SDG 16. And also for the little ones, I have a friend he's a painter, and he has an educational program of arts for little kids. And we are thinking of having a session with little children in which we are going to tell them about the SDG 16, maybe have some storytelling, and then have them paint something. These are all projects that I have outside my schools. They involve people from Uruguay and Brazil, but they are outside my schools. In the schools I work with, the students are a little bit older. They are older teenagers, around 16, 17. And we are going to start working next week on something a little bit more serious. We are working on globalization and how we can, so they are doing a series of presentations on that topic. So that's basically it. So far, I have a lot of ideas, and so I'm trying to organize everything so that I can actually.
Okay, I think we've lost her. We can't hear. In the meantime, Mr. Mohammed, you have raised your hand. Would you like to speak something? You can unmute yourself, please, and speak out. Mr. Mohammed, would you like to speak? You can unmute yourself and speak. Mr. Ravi, in case you would like to speak and just introduce yourself also, maybe when Mohammed sir can.
Yes, okay, thank you, ma'am. It's my first time to join this session. I saw your link on the SDG group, and now I am in a training, so I could not join with the session with my students. Here is also Mr. Nazmul. You can see
Oh,
that.
how are you, Nizam? Okay.
Yeah, we are in Ghana now.
Yeah, Bangladesh.
We are in
The
a journey.
Bangladesh
We are
friends.
we are just going to our home after receiving the training, and it's raining with thunder. So network is not stable. But I am very happy. Here I can see lots of my favorite and well-known teachers also, like Krahana Ma'am, Furui, and another educator also. So I am very happy to join this session. But I am unhappy that I could not attend this session with my student. And I hope next time I will join this session with my student, so that they can increase their knowledge about SDG. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. We are very happy to that. Now we are in bus. We have achieved a BA degree in Bangladesh under Open University. Me and Mr. Atikur Rahman. Thank you so much.
Okay, Atikur Rahman. All right. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, we'll be sharing. Please, I hope you've joined and registered. Do so in case you haven't done, because in that link I had given everything. Okay, but otherwise I'll post you also. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Ravi, please let us know about yourself. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. And Paramjit ma'am, I'm thankful for you that you have sent me that concept note regarding what exactly is this project all about. Because yes, one day before only I've got this information, and I was completely new what is it. But I think I am on the same page. Means right now I'm very much comfortable that what is the project is all about, and very soon I will be also joining with the students, because I will be able to tell what is all about. And we are I am from the Man School, Delhi, and we are also conducting many SDG related activities. So SDG 16 also will be a part, because I think we are in drug and crime and related activities. We are into that. We are less into that, but yes, this will be a kind of new venture for a school to and enlighten the students about the project. So looking forward to this project, and but I want to ask one thing: where this projects can be shared or by the students?
We'll be sharing it in the group, all details, and we have to share it in the Wakelet, and we go for all IT trainings. Whatever type of help is needed, we have Educates for Peace, Ambassadors of Peace, the KNPS team is there. We'll be empowering our fellow educators so that the students' work could be collated in one place, and that's the tech tool Wakelet which you're going to use. All right, we've done it for about 3 schools. We've done some training, and they're very happy they were part of this. So we'll go for those training, no issues at all.
Also, I would like that if our school teachers, means I think educators means the whole of the school teachers will
The
be
entire school team. The entire school
they
team.
will be it will be helpful for if that kind of training session can be held for once, because all the teachers means can be educated about this particular project.
Yes, we'll do that. We do that. The one is we'll tell about the entire project. Second is we can go for training. And I have a team who has already volunteered. So there 2 teachers join in, and then peer learning is so wonderful. A teacher learning from a teacher is so satisfying.
Yes, ma'am. That will be even better, because they would have learned
They
what
would be doing
they
it.
will be enhanced by this.
Yes, we can go ahead, and you can always put all your queries in the group. I know you joined and then you said, tell me something, and then I could respond. That's the good part. So let me see. Swati was there all the while, but I don't see her. It's saying hello. But before we move out, can we have a group picture, Charu? Can we have that's important. We missed Samarth today. See, we missed on it, but never mind. Even now we can go for it.
Yes.
Okay, so a few clicks. So set your hair right, have a good pose, wear your smile, and there we go.
Again, we give 10 seconds, I think, to everyone. Picks up their hair, look at the lighting.
Yeah, everybody on the camera, please switch on your camera. Thank you so much, my beloved educators. That's so nice.
One minute. Let me also take this. I'll volunteer for this. All right. So 1, 2, 2.5, and 3. All right. That's photo 1. And now I think we know the drill. We need to do one action.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The same, Sandra. You want us to do the same action? So anybody
try something else? We could create hearts. How about a hashtag or a heart or something else so that we can.
Let's go for a heart, perhaps. Is it okay if we go for a heart now this time?
Of course. SDG 16 is all about heart.
Yes.
Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. Excellent. Great.
Okay. So I think Guljot, you raised your hand for a minute because we'll wind up now. It's 1 hour. Yes, go ahead.
Just before you leave, 29th, my students, to mark the Women's Day celebration, since we had exams, they are hosting a session on Women's the Peacemakers.
That's so good.
Lovely.
And
very nice.
I share the invite in the group. So I request you all to please join and motivate them.
Yes.
Fantastic, Guljot, ma'am. And we would be very happy to actually join in.
Of interactors who are doing it, and I would try my best. I've discussed at the district Rotary level today. I was at the Rotary meeting today, just came back, that I would try my best that I can take it to their level also.
Okay. That's good.
Thank you.
Okay, that's nice. Lovely invite. Thank you. Anybody else want to say something?
Take another picture because my video was stopped, so I have no picture. Please take another picture.
Okay, all right.
My video was.
We are always looking forward to a good picture, of course. So okay, let's give a thumbs up this time. Okay, 1 thumbs up. Let's give each other 2 seconds more. I see cameras are still opening. Okay, 1 more minute, one more second. All right. So 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Very nice. It's a very successful dialogue if everybody is smiling at the end of it.
It is.
Good.
Yes, it is so. So Swati, please, the last line by you before we wind up. It's already 18 minutes over.
No, ma'am. I just wanted to say that Ranjana is not being able to unmute. Her voice is cracking up. Can we address? She has something in the chat box. Can her point be addressed by either you or Samarth, sir? Can you just check?
Yes, I've already written. Yes, I think I've already.
Thank you, sir. So I just thought because she wasn't being able to communicate. Thank you.
Yeah, last time also she had a real challenge.
Right. And again, I would like to just once, I would like to again reiterate that please do organize school focus sessions, which we can join maybe online, and any support you need from us, please let us know.
I have another school leader, Charanjit Kaur. Ma'am, would you like to say something? Her school teachers also, we did, some empowerment there also. Would you like to say something?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it was great that you had a session with all our staff members. And am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So yeah, everybody was excited about it, and then we had a word with our students also, and we told them about SDG 16, and they also are excited about it, and they've already started planning to how they are going to participate, and even I am excited what their income and input is going to be. So I'm waiting for their drawings and their paintings and their poems, whatever they're going to write, and will be happily sharing with you. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, thank you. Anybody else who'd like to say something? See, it's 7:20, 20 minutes over. And if we have to meet every month, we have to be very particular about the time. Some last line by anybody? Ranjana, can you speak now?
Ma'am, I'm there. I don't
Yes,
know whether
yes.
you all can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Actually, no one's video is visible to me. I can see only my face, no one's else, because again, the internet, it's very unreliable here.
Yes.
Ma'am, like I was throughout there, like actually we had our last working day today. So I just came from school and 10 minutes were in my hand. So I just set for the meeting. So everything I understood, but the one or two questions are there. So I don't think it's already late. So can I ask in the chat? I think that will be better.
Yeah, you can always ask in the group also. Yeah,
Yeah, because it's very late.